What's going on, world? It's your boy from the DMV to the Bay, aka AD. Coming back just to let you guys know I've been away for a minute, so I'm back in full effect. It's been about 3 weeks since I did another video, but I'm gonna talk about week one real quick. I think that we did some great things in week one, especially Kaepernick. He went 17, I think, for 26 for 165 yards, which was great. Only thing I have a problem with, he didn't throw any touchdowns and he didn't throw any interceptions, which is above average if you ask me, if you didn't throw any interceptions. But I guess the biggest issue I want to address right now is the talk about Carlos Hyde. For those of those who don't know, I was eager to let Frank Gore go, but I knew Frank Gore was stopping this guy's progress, and as you can tell, he had 28 carries for 168 yards. That's almost 6.5 yards a carry, and he ended up with 2 touchdowns in a remarkable run. I think it was on a 2nd and 10 where he came in and did this spin move, and I just went nuts in here, believe it or not. And he scored that touchdown, and I was amped up because I was like, I can't believe that this dude is actually doing what most people didn't think he was able to do, which was run the rock. My only concern is that we can't keep running them as hard as he was running them at 26 carries. That's a lot of carries for that young man, especially that somebody that's not used to getting that many carries per game. But as long as he's out there, I guess the philosophy is we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep him running with the ball. Another, I'm going to say, issue that I had, not the fact that Kaepernick passed for 17 for 26, but the fact that a lot of the receivers didn't get a lot of passes. The leading receiver actually was Vernon Davis. He had 3 catches for 47 yards, which was the most yards that anybody ever had. Anybody had, rather. And then after that was Garrett Selleck, who had 3 catches for 40 yards. So those are your 2 tight ends. And Bolden had 4 catches, I think, for like 36 yards or 30-something yards. And then Torrey Smith only had 1 catch for like 11 yards or 5 yards or something like that. And I thought the whole premise of us bringing in Torrey Smith was to, basically show off this new toy that we have. So, game one, get the jitters out of the way, try to get everybody back on the same page, and try to get this offense going in a new direction. And I was surprised because a lot of the things that we were able to accomplish was actually scoring touchdowns when we needed to score touchdowns as opposed to kicking field goals. For the last couple of years, everybody knows that once we get into that red zone, it's like kryptonite. We just can't seem to overcome it. And so with this new running style and up-tempo style of offense, I'm really excited about. You can tell that we're actually moving the ball, and we're moving the ball in the direction of the end zone as opposed to just field goals, because the later in the season goes, the harder it's going to be for you to score. And field goals are not going to always cut it. That's why it's imperative that we score touchdowns as opposed to just field goals when we get in the red zone. I think that a lot of things that we have accomplished thus far didn't think were possible, because even Vegas switched the line at the last minute and made us I think it was a 4.5 underdog. And we were actually the team that was supposed to win in the beginning was a 2.5 favorite. How you go from a 2.5 favorite to the 4.5 underdog is beyond me. But Vegas didn't have any faith in us, and they just knew we were going to blow it. And guess what happened? We wound up not blowing it, and we actually wound up winning handily, 20-3. Now, I will say this, all due respect to the Minnesota Vikings, everybody's coming together, and they actually brought back Adrian Peterson, and they limited a lot of his carries. And I still am a little skeptical about why they would do something like that, considering the fact he hadn't played for a whole year. And you're going to limit his touches, which makes absolutely no sense. But, hey, that's the Minnesota Vikings, and that's their thing. So I'm not going to argue with it, but I just didn't understand it. Teddy Bridgewater did okay. I'm not going to say he did an excellent job or a far better job than Kaepernick, because they only scored 3 points. But he did a pretty good job, so I can't really knock him on that. I think if they can get that offense in a better space where they are able to use Peterson and Bridgewater's arm at the same time, along with Mike Wallace, that offense could become deadly really soon. But it's all dependent on how the coach wants to run that team. So that's on them. But a big plus, A plus goes out to that defense. Been doing it and still doing it. They was like, y'all lost this person, y'all lost that person, y'all don't have this person, y'all don't have that person, and y'all not gonna be able to do anything. Then y'all got Adrian Peterson coming to town. He gonna run all over y'all. And you know the funny thing? None of that happened. The defense stuck to their guns like they always do. They made a outstanding job because they were able to limit the Vikings to only 3 points. And so what else can you ask for a defense that's supposedly out the pasture? I knew it. Most of the 49ers faithful knew it. Now the nation definitely knew it. And they were giving each other high fives throughout the whole game because the defense was doing exactly what the defense does, which is basically stop the run. Stop the run and force you to pass the ball. And that's when the corners come into play. And I want to mention some things. We had Antoine Bethea out there who had 7 tackles, 1 sack. Then we had my man MB who came back, oh my goodness, who came back ready for that fire today, ladies and gentlemen. He had 7 tackles and he had 1 sack. And I think Tremaine Brock was the one who had the pick, which was even better because having him out there makes an added dimension to that team, and I'm so glad that he's out there. And we still had Jaquaski Tartt out there who was assisting all over the place. I think he had 4 tackles if I'm not mistaken. And then you still had Eli Hurd who was bringing pressure on the side. This defense is going to be there in the long run. As long as we get the offense on the same page, or we can bring the offense up to the page of the defense, I think we're going. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. I think we are due for a run, and I think this could be the run for this year because nobody's looking at us, nobody's paying any attention to us, which I love that because we're not on anybody's radar, and so by us not being on anybody's radar, we have no expectations. They had us in the cellar already from the beginning. Now, how do you put a team in the cellar from the beginning, and we haven't even played a game yet? So they jumped us up from, I think we were 25th or 24th in the rankings. Now we're at 19 in the rankings. And tomorrow we play Pittsburgh. That's going to be a tough game. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm assuming they're going to do a lot of running, and they're going to try to limit the passes the Kaepernick throws. And if we can keep them to, I believe, between 20 to 25 throws per game, I think that we can win a lot of games. But if we go over that 25, that's too many times for him to throw the ball in the air. Not saying that he can't do it, but I just want to limit the times he throws the ball. And another problem I have is Reggie Bush. He's hurt already, so he won't even be playing in the next game. And then we just released Kendall Hunter, so he's free to sign with anybody he wants to sign with. I'm hoping that we're able to bring him back because we need him out there because we do have Mike Davis, who is another back, and we have Jared Hayne, who's a rugby player, and they're both ready to carry the load with as well. But we can't rely on Carlos Hyde to keep running like that the whole season. That's just impossible for you to ask somebody to do something like that. Not saying that he can't, but that's just a lot to ask for one man to carry the ball 26 to 30 times per game. Whew, that's a lot. But this your boy AD signing off. You know, tomorrow is a big game for us. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers with Big Ben. We actually coming over here to the East Coast where I'm from, and this is going to be a pretty good game. What I'm going to try to start doing is doing random updates throughout the game, but unfortunately I won't be able to do that tomorrow because I have to work and I have some schoolwork. That was the real reason why I've been slacking on my videos, but hopefully this video will reach you guys in time before tomorrow game kicks off, and I think we'll be in good shape. I think tomorrow we can pull out a victory. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the score is going to be close. It's going to be like 21 to 17 or like 24 to 17. It's going to be something like that. It's going to be a pretty decent game. I'm not going to say high scoring. I'm not going to say low scoring. I'm saying it's going to be a pretty decent. But one thing I noticed before I sign off is that their defense, especially the secondary, is not that good at all. And I was really shocked about that because Pittsburgh has always been known for their defense, and their offense has just been that much better than their defense. But for their defense to be as bad as it looked yesterday, last week, that's not good. That's encouraging for all 49ers fans that if the secondary is not looking good, that means that Cap should have a field day out there. But we'll see tomorrow. This is your boy AD signing off. Remember, I told you guys I'm about to come over with these t-shirts from the DMV to the Bay. And when I come over with these t-shirts, just hit me up on my page or hit me up and let me know that you want one of these t-shirts. And by the way, this is for you guys out there. You know, I told you every week we're gonna come with something. And I'm not sure if you guys remember these shoes, but these were the original Tim Duncan shoes. He came through the league in a storm. Him and Kevin Garnett was like two of my favorite players back then. So just hit me up. Let me know what y'all want to do. Good luck. Go 49ers all day, every day.